Hi everybody. Today we're going to begin our unit on evolution. I always like to start evolution by telling you the story of my younger brother's wedding. You see, my brother got married pretty young. So he graduated high school in June, and the next December he decided to get married to a nice girl named Rebecca. And so they had this fancy wedding, and I don't want to make a big deal about it, but they said that they were going to have two best men at their wedding. I was to be one best man. Right? They said that I was best man number one. They said the numbers really didn't matter. And Rebecca's brother, Josh, was going to be best man number two. Again, the numbers don't really matter, but I was number one and Josh was number two. So they have this big, nice church wedding. And then we go to this reception, and we're all dressed up. And there's one part of the reception where the DJ announces everybody in the name's a wedding party, and you're supposed to go out in front of everybody and do like this stupid little dance and everything. Now, I don't like to be in front of crowds. I don't like dancing. You know, I'm uncomfortable in this stupid tuxedo and just nervous as all heck. So I'm standing outside this door waiting for the DJ to call my name, just sweating bullets, and all of a sudden I get a tap on the shoulder. And I was like, what the heck is going on? So I turn around, and it's Josh, number two. And he decided that this would be the perfect time to strike up a conversation about work. So he was like, hey, Dan, you're a science teacher, right? And I was like, yes, Josh, that's my job. And he goes, do you teach evolution in your science class? And I was like, yes, Josh, it's the law. He said, it's not like I wake up one morning and decide, hey, today I feel like teaching about bees. You know, the Pennsylvania Department of Education says that you have to teach this, this, and this, and one of those topics that they want you to teach is evolution. So I explained that to Josh, and that kept him satisfied for about 30 seconds. So I turned around, trying to focus on my stupid little dance for this stupid little wedding, and all of a sudden I get a second tap on the shoulder, and it's Josh again. And I was like, what does he want this time? So I turn around, and he's like, well, what are your own personal thoughts on evolution? And I was like, oh man, I know where this is going. And I was like, Josh, I believe it. And I tried to stop the conversation right there, and I turned around really quick. And I get a third tap on the shoulder. And this time I just turned around and I punched Josh as hard as I physically... No, I didn't punch Josh because Josh would absolutely destroy me in a fight. However, the third time I turned around, he was like, well, I was looking into it, and if evolution is real, where's the missing link between, you know, human beings and this ape-like ancestor? And how did the first cells evolve, and how did this happen, how did that happen? And I completely froze in the moment. Right? I panicked. I had nothing to say. Eventually, the wedding planner had to come and break us apart. And if I had more time to think about it, I would be able to answer Josh more coherently, you know, because do we have all the answers for evolution? No. You know, there's still mysteries out there. Like, we still don't know how life first evolved on this planet, right? It happened 3.5 billion years ago. There was no humans around then. We have ideas of how life evolved, but we'll never know for sure. Is there a lot of evidence for evolution? Yes. Do we have all the evidence? No. Right? However, when I had time to think about it, and I was initially mad at Josh, I thought it was at least pretty admirable that even though he didn't necessarily believe in evolution, he really took the time to understand it. So, for this chapter, I would just like you to keep an open mind as we go through this process of evolution. So, just to define it here, evolution is the process by which all living things have developed and diversified from earlier forms of life. It's basically how life has changed over time, how one organism is able to evolve into something else, given a period of time. Now, this next statement that we see on the slide here, it says that evolution is just the theory. That's kind of a tricky statement. You see, there was a school district in Texas that, when they were forced by their Board of Education to teach evolution, they made sure to stamp on every single science test book that evolution is just a theory. And eventually they got sued because it's a very misleading statement, because a theory is a big deal in science. A scientific theory is a well-substantiated explanation of the natural world, and it's confirmed over and over again through observation and experimentation. So saying it's just a theory is like saying it's just $1 million. It doesn't make sense because a theory is a big deal. Some people also say that evolution is not proven to be a fact. It's not true. And that's also correct to say, but it's impossible to prove a theory 100% true. You see, theories can be supported and they can be disproven, but they can never be proven 100% true because we never know what we'll discover in the future. So, other scientific theories that we talked about in this chapter would be like the cell theory. And one of the parts of the cell theory that says that all cells come from existing cells. And all of the evidence that we've collected, there's been a lot of evidence, suggests that all cells must come from other cells. But again, there's that one question, where did the first cell come from? And if we ever answer that question, we can disprove part of that cell theory. You know, if that first cell came from something other than a cell. Alright guys, I'll stop there for today. Thank you.